Hey Susan, hasn't your face changed recently? Have you been going to a dermatologist? I was surprised when a friend I met at the local senior club said this to me. No, not at all. I don't have that kind of money. But I do feel like my skin has been improving. Do you have a secret? Won't you tell me? I couldn't help but touch my own face. Just as she said, I felt like the lines around my face had become less noticeable. Actually, I've just been using petroleum jelly I bought at a drugstore recently. It only cost $5. At that moment, my friend's eyes widened. Really? Something that cheap? I spend $200 a month on cosmetics, and you're telling me this works? Hasn't anyone had this experience before? You start getting depressed when looking at yourself in the mirror because the wrinkles keep deepening. You buy expensive cosmetics, but you wonder if they really work. But with this one video, all your concerns will be over. I'm going to show you how you can get results worth $200 for only $5. Hello, I'm 87-year-old Dr. John Williams. This is a method I've been teaching my actual patients for over 50 years. This method helped my 76-year-old patient, Tamara Smith, look 10 years younger in just 3 months. The secret is petroleum jelly, but just applying it won't work. There's a special way to use it. If you skip this video, you'll end up wasting your money on expensive cosmetics again tomorrow, next month, and the year after. Don't miss the final petroleum jelly routine I'll introduce at the end of this video. If you don't know this routine, the effect of petroleum jelly will be reduced by half. This is the secret that cosmetic companies will never tell you, and I'm sharing it exclusively with everyone on this longevity channel. Please subscribe to the channel and give us a like now to stay tuned until the end. Now, I'm going to tell you all the miracles of petroleum jelly that I've spent my life researching. Let me briefly share a little story from my past. About 30 years ago, when I was the busiest as a plastic surgeon, I received an offer to become an advisor from a global cosmetics company. After returning from a training in the US when I visited their research lab, I witnessed a shocking sight. Dr. Williams, here is our new premium cream. We plan to sell it for $650 per jar, the researcher said as he handed me the luxurious cream. What do you think the main ingredient was? Yes, it was petroleum jelly. Specifically, highly processed petroleum jelly known as petroleum that has excellent moisture-retaining properties. At that moment, I realized clearly that the world of cosmetics is really the world of marketing. Let me now introduce one of my patients, 72-year-old Tamara Smith. She was spending about $300 a month on cosmetics, but her skin kept getting drier and her wrinkles kept getting deeper. When I taught her how to use petroleum jelly, at first she was confused. Dr. Williams, can something this cheap really work? Then, 3 months later, when Tamara came back for her checkup, I was really surprised. Her skin had changed so much, it was like she was a completely different person. Doctor, this is truly amazing. I've never experienced results like this with any of the cosmetics I've used before. A granddaughter even said, Grandma, your face looks different. The biggest problem skin faces as it ages is moisture loss. As you get older, your skin becomes more prone to losing moisture. And this dryness is the main cause of wrinkles. Petroleum jelly works by forming a thin layer on the surface of the skin to prevent moisture from evaporating. To put it simply, it acts like a lid. I often explain this to my patients with this example. Imagine a container with water inside. Without a lid, the water will gradually evaporate, right? Petroleum jelly is that lid. A study has shown that petroleum jelly can prevent up to 98% of water evaporation. This is something even the most expensive products can't achieve. Now, let's take a moment to think about this over a warm cup of tea. How much have you spent on cosmetics so far? And were you satisfied with the results? But starting today, everything changes. Now that you know the amazing power of petroleum jelly, you can start tonight. But remember, just petroleum jelly isn't enough. Let me share some combinations that will amplify its effect 2 or 3 times. The first combination is using it with a moisturizing ampoule. How do you use the luxurious moisturizing ampoule your grandchild gave you? Do you just apply it and finish? The hyaluronic acid in the ampoule draws moisture and holds it, even holding up to 1,000 times its weight in water. But there's a big drawback. If exposed to air, the moisture evaporates quickly. A few years ago, I had a patient named 69-year-old Sarah Johnson who used an expensive hyaluronic acid ampoule, but felt no effects. The solution I introduced was very simple. First, apply the ampoule and wait for 3 minutes. Then, take a small amount of petroleum jelly, about the size of a grain of rice, and gently apply it over your entire face. A month later, Sarah's skin had dramatically improved. "Doctor, I'm amazed." "It's the same ampoule, but the effect is totally different." That's because the petroleum jelly acted as a lid, preventing the moisture drawn in by the hyaluronic acid from escaping. This doubled the effect. This method is especially effective in cold weather or in rooms with the heater on. Next, let me introduce the second combination, retinol. 74-year-old Linda Davis had trouble with irritation and redness when using a cream with retinol. Retinol is great for promoting skin turnover and collagen production, but it can be harsh on the skin. So I suggested a method to Linda. After applying the retinol cream, wait 30 minutes, then gently layer petroleum jelly over it. The results were remarkable. The irritation disappeared, and the effects of the retinol were even stronger. Let me give you one very important tip. Always use retinol at night. If you use it during the day, the UV rays can actually damage your skin. Next, the third combination is whitening essence with petroleum jelly. This is my wife's favorite method. Whitening essences lighten spots and even out skin tone. After just 3 months of using this method, my wife noticed that her facial spots had visibly lightened. It's simple. Apply the whitening essence at night, and 5 minutes later, layer petroleum jelly lightly over it. Try it tonight, and 3 months later, you'll be amazed at the transformation in the mirror. Finally, let me introduce the fourth combination, using it with a healing cream. You may have used a healing cream at some point. These creams are excellent for helping with skin regeneration. However, over time, their effects can diminish. A colleague of mine, 83-year-old Michael Harris, had incredible results with this method. After applying the healing cream, he layered petroleum jelly over it, and the regenerative effects lasted much longer, greatly improving his skin. As you can see, when combined with the right ingredients, petroleum jelly multiplies its effects. One more important point: the amount matters. You don't need to slather on a lot. A thin, even layer is best. I also use this method every night. Starting tonight, choose the right combination for your skin concerns. You'll start to notice changes in your skin and in your confidence. People often focus on their face, but the areas where age shows up first are actually different. They are the neck, the back of the neck, elbows, knees, and hands. These areas have thinner skin than the face, so moisture evaporates more easily, and they are exposed to UV rays more often. My wife has always followed my advice, taking care not only of her face, but also her neck, hands, and other areas. Thanks to this, at 83, she looks like she's in her early 70s. Now, I'll give you the best way to care for each of these 5 areas: neck, hands, elbows, ears, and mouth. First, the neck. One of my patients, Tamara, once said, "Doctor, I never expected to get wrinkles on my neck. When I was young, no one ever told me to care for my neck." That's right. The neck has thinner skin than the face and fewer sebaceous glands, so it dries out easily. We also move our necks all day, which makes wrinkles more likely. I taught Tamara to apply the essence or cream she normally uses to her neck, and then lightly layer petroleum jelly over it. She was thrilled to see her neck wrinkles significantly reduce after just a month. Next, the hands. One of my patients, Linda, asked me how to make her hands look younger for her grandchild's wedding photo. I taught her to apply plenty of cream to her hands before bed, then layer petroleum jelly over it and wear cotton gloves overnight. After just 1 week, her hands felt completely different, and she was thrilled. For a special treatment, apply a thick layer of petroleum jelly and wear gloves for 30 minutes twice a week. Your hands will look 10 years younger. Next, elbows and knees. 85-year-old James Green, who loves golf, was concerned about his dark knees when wearing shorts. He told me, "I never really paid attention to my elbows and knees, but as I age, they get darker and more wrinkled. These areas are often neglected, but they can have a big impact on your appearance." I told him to apply petroleum jelly to these areas after a bath, While there is still some moisture on the skin, he was amazed at how soft his knees had become. Now he has no problem wearing shorts and is happy with the results. Next, ears and earlobes. This is an area many people overlook, but the skin here is also thin, and it ages quickly. One day, my daughter said, "Dad, that grandma's ears look so saggy. She looks so old." Sagging ears and earlobes can give the impression of an overall saggy face. But don't worry. The care is simple. When applying cosmetics to your face, make sure to apply it to your ears and earlobes as well. At night, just lightly layer petroleum jelly on them. Many patients have noticed that their face looks tighter and younger. Finally, the mouth and lips. 80-year-old Margaret Brown said, "Doctor, the wrinkles around my mouth bother me. This area makes me look the oldest. The mouth moves thousands of times a day, which makes wrinkles more likely." I advised Margaret to apply petroleum jelly generously to her mouth and lips before bed. When she woke up, the wrinkles were visibly reduced, and she was thrilled. Lastly, the eyes. The skin around the eyes is the thinnest and the first to show aging signs. My wife always says, "You can tell a person's age by their eyes." It's true. Small wrinkles or sagging around the eyes can make someone appear older. The method I taught my wife is simple. Apply eye cream as usual and then lightly layer petroleum jelly over it. A small amount is enough. Don't over-apply, or your eyes might look heavy. Thanks to this, my wife looks much younger than her actual age, with firm, youthful skin around her eyes. As you've seen, the key to all of these methods is consistency. My longtime patient, 78-year-old Claire Turner, said at first, "Dr. Williams, nothing changed at first. But after about 3 months, she noticed a huge difference. Now, she makes petroleum jelly part of her nightly routine. Starting today, you can do the same. Stick with it, and you'll see amazing results. If you have oily or acne-prone skin, be cautious about how you use petroleum jelly. It can cause breakouts if applied incorrectly." This advice came from a consultation with 76-year-old Jessica Lee. She asked me, "I have oily skin. Can I use petroleum jelly?" I explained that oily skin tends to produce more sebum, which can clog pores, so only use it on dry areas, not the whole face. For example, avoid the T-zone and apply it lightly to areas like around the eyes. After following this advice, Jessica's skin improved in just a few weeks. Remember, a little goes a long way. Only use a small amount, like a grain of rice, and apply it where needed. Don't apply it too much, especially during the day, when dust can stick to your face. Now, I'll share with you the correct nightly routine for using petroleum jelly. Wash your face gently with lukewarm water. Don't use hot water as it can dry out your skin. Gently pat your face with a towel, leaving some moisture on your skin. This helps with absorption. Apply your usual beauty essence or serum. If you don't have one, just use petroleum jelly. Wait 10-12 minutes for the serum to absorb. Then relax with some deep breaths. Take a small amount of petroleum jelly, warm it in your hands, and gently apply it to your face. Focus on areas with wrinkles, applying a little extra there. Lastly, don't forget to take care of the 5 key areas: neck, hands, elbows, ears, and mouth. This is a quiet, calming time to connect with yourself. And that small habit could be the key to aging healthily. These are the secrets of petroleum jelly that I've been passing on for 50 years. Now, it's up to you to take the first step. Starting today, this small habit will change your skin and your life in 10 years. But some might think I'm 78, and it's too late to care about my skin. I still remember when Yumi-san said the same thing during our consultation years ago. I told her the words of my mentor. It's not that we stop because we get older, but we get left behind because we stop. Starting today, tomorrow will be different. My mentor, even at 92, still did his morning exercises and took care of his skin. Seeing him, I began to believe in the power of consistency. Yumi-san was skeptical at first, but after 6 months, her skin had visibly changed. Especially her wrists, which had become noticeably smoother. She smiled and said, "I'm so glad I started, even though it was late. My skin feels so much better." Skincare is never too late. If you start today, tomorrow will be better. In a month, you'll see a visible change, and in a year, your skin will look like a completely different person. My wife often says, it's not about wanting to get beautiful at this age, it's about aging healthily. She's absolutely right. Taking care of your skin isn't just about beauty. It's the outer defense wall that protects your body. Start your petroleum jelly routine today, and it will make all the difference in your life. It might be difficult to do everything at once, but that's okay. Just start with applying it to your hands tonight. That small step will lead to big changes in your skin, confidence, and quality of life. May your skin, health, and life shine brighter than ever.